Yes, you read the title correctly. The A in ASMR actually stands for Apple. You might hear a lot of people out there saying that it stands for auditory, and this makes sense, but just look at this. So in today's video, we will be explaining why the A in ASMR stands for Apple. And a quick disclaimer, although this video is relating to a food-related subject, there will be no food eating in today's video, because I do not like how that sounds. So we will merely be focused on the following. We have before us an array of 3 Apple-related items, which we will be using today on Snobtown to demonstrate why the A in ASMR stands for this thing right here. Now this is the first of our Apple-related props. As you can see, it is not an apple. It's a sticker of an apple. Now this may be familiar to some of you. This is an item that was seen recently at our dear Applefest. I say recently because Applefest is where I got the idea for this video. However, it's now January. So we're in the depths of winter, and this has led to the apple. We will see another effect of this later on in the video. But for now, let's just look at the apple, and I will frame my hand around the apple, and this is actually injecting ASMR energy right into the apple, which is only going to further the cause. Okay, now I've used all the energy up from this region, so we have to relocate the apple. So now look at the apple right up here and just keep your eyes focused on the apple. Very good. Yep, eyes focused on the apple. You see the energy focusing into the apple. Yep. Okay, we've depleted all this energy here, so we're gonna have to move it. Now track your eyes on the apple as we try to find. Oh, there we are. Here's a good location for the apple. So keep your eyes focused on the apple. We'll just try to get all of this energy around here. And we're putting it right into the apple. Do you hear that? How much energy there's in that apple. I recently heard in an ASMR video that I was watching, okay, look at the apple, that a really effective way to do, okay, now look at the apple up here, good, and just keep looking at the apple as I move it. A really effective way that I heard to do tapping ASMR triggers was for it to not be consistent. So if you tap, sure, maybe it sounds good at the start, but it's just consistent. It's the same thing, and you know what's going to happen. But if you vary your cadence, apparently that's better. It reminds me of in Doom, when there's a sandworm. You know how they have to walk to avoid the... I don't know if I'd be good at it. You know that in Doom? With the sandworm? Alright, oh, you don't have to be still watching the apple. So I can put it here and you could be looking right here. Or I could put the apple here and you could be looking right there. Maybe you're looking right there, or you are looking down there. If I put the apple here, you could still be looking wherever, here, there. Doesn't matter. You know, if you look at either of these, it really doesn't matter. Eyes closed, it doesn't matter. Watched a good Columbo episode a couple days ago. Actually watched a few, but one that I watched was about a matador. I've just remembered there's some energy here that we can inject into the apple. Hear my wrist cracking there? A in ASMR also stands for wrist cracking. Well, let's move on to the next prop, shall we? Our second apple-related prop is... Okay, do you want to try guessing what it is from the sound? That's right. Our next apple-related prop is my old Apple iPhone 6s. This is the phone that I got in 2016. It served me well for 4 years. As you can see, it has a metal back with this logo that has a different texture on it. The really interesting part is all this plasticky. I don't know what this is. Do you see that? What do you think that is? Okay. So do you think this is an interesting item? Okay. Okay, here's a test we're gonna do. What color is... Hold on, I need to get something. For now, you can look at this apple. Here's our other item. Oh, it's a little bit loud, I might have to adjust the volume there. It's a pack of 7 home repair needles. You can see it's we have here a variety of different needle types we can use. I forgot what I was going to use it for. I remembered. This is a glove needle. So this is going to help us with the tour of the iPhone. So, oh, we are doing the test. Right. Okay, this is a little test we're going to do. What color is that light? Good. Okay. What color is that light? Nice. Let's look up there. Do you see? Okay, what color is that light? Oh, let's try to point at it there. I don't know if this is a good test. What color is that, huh? Alright, enough of this. As we trace down the iPhone 6s, we can see there are numerous buttons on this device. This one, this little switch. Do you think this sounds good? I think it sounds fine. Next we have these volume buttons. This would be if I was like RoboCop. There's a home button here. Don't see this much anymore. It's a real button. All the Gen Alpha whiz kids out there are saying, wow, real button. Never seen that before. Never seen a button before. Okay, but do we think the sound of this is cool? Do we think the sound of this home button validates the claim that the A in ASMR stands for Apple? Do you think it stands for Apple? Is it Apple? Is Apple a good thing for the A to stand for? Apple here? That's what it should stand for? Alright, now we're gonna try something. Oh, I've got another button to do. This power. How do we think this sounds? That's not too bad. Do we think this validates the claim that the A in ASMR stands? Does this validate that claim? Do you think this validates that claim? Okay, look at the power button there. Okay, look at the power button. Look at the power button. Look at the power button. Okay, now look anywhere except the power button. Okay, you're not looking here though, you're looking like there or there, or there, or there. You're like, what's up in that corner? What's up in this corner? But you're not looking at the power button, which is here. You might be looking at that corner. Oh, I hope you're not looking at that corner now. Power button, we're not looking at that. We're leaving the power button alone. That about wraps up our tour of the second Apple-related item. Okay, we had a segment that got canned because we couldn't do it. So everybody, we'll give you one chance to say goodbye to our second Apple-related item. The Apple iPhone 6s. It's not sponsored by Apple. In fact, this video is filmed on a Google Pixel. But even that phone is decrepit by now. Okay, goodbye. Now we're going to move on to our third Apple-related item. Now, I tried filming this video once before. This was in October or so, November perhaps. But when I looked around at my phone, I had run out of battery, and I only filmed about the first 2 minutes of it. So, this is the remake of the video. First time we had an Apple. The second time, what do we think it's going to be? Can you tell what this is? It's a clementine. That's right, our third Apple-related item is clementine. Well, it's winter. It's now the season of the clementine. This is what I have for my fruit with my lunches in the winter instead of an apple. A clementine. Now, I'm not sure this will be quite as nice as the apple was, but let's see if this validates our claim that the apple in... We'll start with a little bit of tapping it. Well, that's fine. Do we think this is okay? Okay, now watch it roll across the screen. Oh, sorry, immersion. Watch this roll across your field of human view. And it'll... Oh, it's rolling back the other way. It's rolling down a hill. Very interesting. I've been working on a little project in Minecraft. There's this base that I built in, like, 2018 or 2019. As I'm telling this story, you can just look at where the clementine is, or you can look at where it isn't. You can do whatever, but I built this base on a server that no longer exists. So the base is no more, but I have a lot of screenshots from it. So the project that I thought would be fun to do is to try to recreate it in a current world, so then I can go in there and say, look, this is just like the old base that I used to live in back in the day. You might think, Snob, why is this a worthwhile way to spend your time? Well, it's the winter, and simple things like this are fun in the winter. And I might do this in the summer too, but especially now. Okay, now we see the clementine get bigger, and then it gets smaller. So if you were in a doctor's office, the doctor would say, okay, does the clementine look small? Then the doctor would bring it real close to your fit. Or, the doctor would bring it, would they bring it that close? Would they bring it this close? Would they bring it that? Would they put it? But they'd bring it and they would say, well, does it look big now? And then they would bring it far away. So does it look little? It was way up here. And they'd bring it here and the doctor would say, does it look little when it's way down here? And you say, it looks pretty little. And the doctor would say, okay, we need to check something else again. Does it look big? Alright, that's good to know. But I like Minecraft. And you'd say, yeah, it does look medium-sized over here. So, there's our third apple-related item. And in fact, we have a fun fourth item that's not apple-related. So if you were just here for the apple, we'll take a moment to reflect. Does the A in ASMR stand for apple? Yep. Alright, and here's our secret fourth item. This is a kombucha bottle from a kombucha that I had last weekend. And the reason that this is here, is because when I was messing around with this, I found out that it sounds good. So we'll do some combination of visual and audio here. So this is a relaxing visual for you to see. So the relaxing visual is you can see where this goes along the bottom of the bottle. And if you don't think that's relaxing, we will now go into pure relaxing visuals that will make you sleepy. This is the end of the video, and you won't even see the end of it because you'll be snoozing on your pillow, and all you're going to dream about is apples, and in your dream you'll say, this is what the A stands for, ASMR. The next thing you know, you'll wake up and you'll go to write in your journal and you'll say, yes, today I decided that I agree with Snobtown. The A does stand for apple.